What up, Neos? It's the month of June, and this is Yusef for Video Game Plot Summaries, and this is the plot of American McGees Alice. Now, a few people have covered American McGee and how he somehow convinced EA to give him money to make games. But one thing that I can't deny, he actually did a pretty good job. I've played both of the games multiple times, and the Tim Burton creepy feels that the games give are comfortable, as far as creepy goes anyway. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, the Lewis Carroll book, is public domain, so anyone can twist up the story using the characters. Disney did it twice, once in a cartoon form and once in live action. The general gist of any Wonderland story is that Alice has some sort of mental breakdown because someone asks her to take responsibility for something. Then she essentially has to battle the kid version of herself that takes the form of the Queen of Hearts. At first, no one really knew who she was, but now when Wonderland gets messed up, the people in it expect Alice to come through and fix everything. So with that said, let's see how American McGee has Alice work through the problems he made for her.
Wake up, Dormy. It's time for the tea party. Hush, little fool.
I've got one. Why is a raven like a writing desk? Oh dear, oh dear!
You must save Alice.
Wake up, Alice! Wake up!
Mom? Dad? Alice?
Mom! Father!
I can't sleep!
Get out, Alice!
Save yourself, Alice! Get out of the house!
Poor dear. After all these years, maybe that old rabbit will bring her around.
Save us, Alice!
So when I first played the game, I saw this FMV and thought she was having a dream about the fire, and then woke up to find herself still in the dream. But I was wrong. In the second game, they have a readable section called Past Matters that clears up that Alice Liddell's family, mother, father, and sister, died in a fire that was blamed on Alice, who was asleep in her own room when it happened. She was rescued and put in Rutledge Asylum, where she just stayed in a catatonic state for 8 years. I mean, she was out. The doctor in charge of her, Dr. Wilson, tried almost everything to get her to be more active. Meds, shock therapy, more food, less food, nothing works. It's a pretty crazy account written by her doctor. I will leave the link here. So Alice is now in Wonderland. The scrotum-faced rabbit is there to tell her she's running late. He scurries off while the Cheshire Cat appears to give Alice some advice.
You've gone quite mangy, Cat, but your grin's a comfort. Wonderland's become quite strange. How is one to find her way?
As knowing where you're going is preferable to being lost, ask. Rabbit knows a thing or two, and I myself don't need a weather vane to tell which way the wind blows. Pursue, Rabbit.
Alice chases the rabbit into a gnome city. Now all the gnomes are mining their asses off. The Queen of Hearts has taken over the town and forced them to work. And Alice tells the gnome that he should fight back, and he's like, nah. At some point, Alice sees the rabbit turn small and go into a teeny hole. Now Alice has to figure out how to get teeny. She asks one of the slave gnomes how.
And just now, I wish to get very small. About this big.
Calls for serious twisting. You'll need to go sideways, not forward. If I knew how, I'd go sideways myself.
Not twisted, small. I wish to become about this big.
The fortress of doors holds such secrets, but it will take more than a wish to get inside.
Doors have locks. Locks need keys, which you don't have. Let's hope the doors are open.
And if not, there may be more than one way to skin a cat.
Well, he doesn't tell her how to get there, and Cheshire points out she ain't got no keys, fam. So she asks another gnome. I like the voice acting, by the way. The accents are fun.
Oh no, I wouldn't dare. Since the upheaval, we've all become gutless half-wits. I can barely risk crossing the road. But make your way to the mines, the deepest pit. There's one wiser and braver than myself who might help. He still lives free.
So Alice tracks down the gnome that suspiciously looks like Papa Smurf. Of course, he can help, but he wants something in return. Don't they all?
In the card guard's compound, a particularly rough diamond holds a key. Retrieve it. I will repay the favor.
I don't know if I like how he says, repay the favor, but Alice got no choice. So she heads to the card guard's compound and slices up some cards, including the diamond, and gets the key. That part was pretty easy. When Alice leaves, she finds that the card guard are alerted. That was hard to say. She gets to Uncle Smurf, and he already has transportation.
Use the key to free my clan from the oppressive burdens they carry. Any fight against the Queen's tyranny is a good fight. They've suffered...
I'm sure I'm very sorry for them, sir. Really I am. But what about me getting small?
I like how this dude just randomly tries to jump off the ledge to get a ride, like he thought his Uber finally made it or something. Okay, self-prepared airship. Oh, here we go, right here. Hey, bro, why didn't you stop? Anyway, so they're heading to a school inside a fortress that has the ingredients to grow small. And Uncle Smurf doesn't know where or what the ingredients are, so Alice is going to have to make educated guesses. Ideally, Alice succeeding automatically saves the gnome slaves, so he doesn't have to say much else. I like the moving structure, though.
Eventually, we must break through such walls. But for now, jump!
Just kind of swaying back and forth ominously. Alice moves through the fortress and jumps into the school window. The kids in the school are basically mental patients, maybe from Rutledge Asylum. So far, Alice has a knife for slicing, a croquet mallet for hitting balls that bounce everywhere, cards to throw, a little ornament where Alice gets close to it and it causes a demon time. And then she got some dice that open a portal to a demon realm where the demons come out and attack the bad guys. Or if there's no bad guys, they attack you. Alice tools through the schools and finds Uncle Smurf at the theater with more mental patients. Uncle Smurf can't remember shit, but he knows the recipe is in a book in the library. Well, the library is huge, but fortunately a few books can fly. Alice gets to the recipe book and finds it's locked shut.
Treat it like a Chinese box or a stubborn lid. A tap in the right spot might do the trick.
So Alice pushes it the fuck off the ledge, like...
You call that a tap? Fortunate I didn't suggest force. You might have pulverized it.
Mushrooms, poppies, sugar and spice, all those things are very nice. When combined, the proper mixture makes a getting small elixir. I don't really like sweets.
Now that she's got the recipe, she is on the move. She finds Uncle Smurf hiding in the gym.
The gymnasium should be safe. Guards never exercise, can't afford to lose the weight.
I never cared for sports at school. I don't have to put on a pinny, do I?
No, it wouldn't suit you.
He's remembered the mushroom, so he went and got one. Alice finds some dice to summon fiends to fight for her. They're about useless. The area looks pretty cool, though. Later, she finds Uncle Smurf in the chemistry room. And he has sugared spice drops, and the gumbo grow was in the room already. So Alice just needs poppy blooms. This fetch quest is easier than I thought it would be. Alice finds the horticulture room, which has the poppy bloom. As in, they grew a lollipop out of the ground poppy bloom. They should have called it a lollipoppy bloom, right? Anyway, she brings it back to Unc, and he mixes the potion, gives her a star for doing so well, and sends her to the observatory and pieces out. And Alice uses the star to get to the observatory, drinks the potion, and shrinks into the portal. At the other end of the portal, shrunken Alice runs into army ants and a half-naked turtle cow.
Have you lost your family?
No, my shell! The Duchess stole it and tried to eat me for lunch.
By the way, the Alice statue in the background is dope. Of course, Alice don't give a crap about this dude. She needs to follow the scrotum-faced rabbit. And Turtle Cow tells her that the caterpillar knows where the rabbit is, but he's hiding.
Pillar could help, I'm quite certain. He knows everything there is to know.
And where does that smushy layabout hang his hooker these days?
Since the troubles began, he's in hiding. I couldn't divulge the secret. I couldn't risk telling you without something in return. His whereabouts, then, for my shell.
Unlike the school, that is a pretty straightforward mission. Alice presses forward, and pretty soon she is staring at an iguana man who constantly changes color and needs brandy.
Bill McGill at your service. Call me Larry. Or not. Ever need brandy?
No, I've only my wits.
Then you have nothing.
I must see the Duchess.
Impossible. She only sees those who don't wish to see her.
That's not right.
It's perfect. She's supposed to be hiding from the Red Queen, who wants her dead.
Her head?
That too. Ruins me home, builds this monstrosity. She's mad as monkey mash, and just as tasteless. Well, never mind, we'll all perish soon enough. Sure you've no brandy?
The Duchess is inside, and like McGill says, the Duchess is not in a giving mood.
Properly seasoned, you'd make a handsome dish.
I'm not edible.
Not a full meal, certainly, but a light snack, I think.
I'll have the turtle shell now, you disgusting ogre.
Over my dead body.
I'll try to accommodate you.
They do battle until the Duchess has a horrible sneeze fit.
I'll have the leeches in to handle this mess.
At least my shell's in tolerable condition. I'll take you on a trip. Hover around my bubbles. Cuddle up to them. Never leave them. You'll muddle through.
Turtle Cow has no British accent. So Alice cuddles Turtle Cow's bubbles for a while. When they get to the other side of the water, then Turtle Cow gives her a breathe underwater power-up and leaves. Alice travels through the dirt and, lo and behold, she catches up with the scrotum-faced rabbit.
You've taken your sweet time.
What do you mean? You're the one who didn't wait. I have reasoned.
Forget reasons, they're useless. Caterpillar is waiting.
I remember him well. Thin-skinned, ill-tempered, smokes too much, disagreeable smell. Why do I need him?
No one's wiser in Wonderland. Only he knows what you must do to save us.
He then tells her to follow him closely and immediately disappears. This area is a little tough. Because of the nature of the game, it's basically a third-person shooter, but your ammo is dependent on blue magic. I've never played anything like it. If you don't kill someone, you won't get the blue magic from them, and thus you have no ammo. You can throw your corporal blade for free, and it actually is kind of powerful, but it does take forever to reload, and the blue dot needs to be perfectly on the character, whereas the other weapons track the bad guys a little bit easier. Then there are dung beetles that fly overhead and drop explosive dung on you. Anyway, Alice catches up to the rabbit again, who feels unsafe sneaking around and wants to just bust a move across the open land. The fuck? Alice is like, oh no, everyone around me dies. And the Cheshire, sorry. God damn, that rabbit is flatter than a mug, ain't he? It looks like he had his body sucked out of his skin like a straw. So Cheshire shows up and slaps Alice like, get it together. I might be a cat, but you're being a real nice lady right now. Now get off that tuffet and find that caterpillar. Cheshire really didn't slap her, but that would have been dope. So Alice goes, what the hell is that supposed to be? Alice heads down the trail, gets Indiana Jones by the dung beetles, and finally finds the caterpillar.
Ah, Alice, you've returned.
But Rabbit never told me why. And now he's gone.
Why? Wonderland is severely damaged. You must set things right, that's why.
I barely recognize this terrible place. What is it to me?
It's home. Well, it could be. Having lost what you loved, you nearly wiped us out. You've started to rebuild. Your task, however, and your pain are not over.
Why must I suffer?
Because your mind is fouled by self-deception. Even your fantasies have fragmented into tortured versions of themselves. You are racked with guilt because you survived, and you dread the prospect of a life alone.
What do you think I must do?
Destroy the Queen of Hearts. Wonderland and your entire world can become whole again. I need to rest now. You need to regain your human size. Grow up, Alice. Embrace the truth. Travel to the fungiferous forest, now, and nibble from the mushroom of life. Take great care. The voracious centipede jealously guards it, and rules over what you require.
Of course she has to destroy the Queen of Hearts as usual, but in order to do that, she has to get to a normal size, and that requires a bite of the mushroom of life that is being guarded by the voracious centipede. Then the caterpillar inhales from his hookah and blows a smoked donut that turns into a portal. Sure, why not? Little something about me. I don't smoke, but I have kind of a high level of self-efficacy. I learned how to blow smoke donuts one night while smoking hookah in college. So when my friends want to get together and do that midlife thing of drinking and smoking cigars, all I want to do is make smoke donuts. They be over there talking about sports and stuff, football guys throwing footballs hard, other people catching, and then people paying other guys money about business and stuff. I'm on the side of the group like, yeah, ooh, that was a good one. Don't even inhale. All I do is suck the smoke in and blow out a donut. It's way more fun than actually smoking, if you ask me. Alice goes through the portal and ends up in a place so tight that the camera is smelling Alice's hair. Now, on top of that, there are vampire mushrooms that use telekinesis to pull you into them so they can grope you. I don't like that. Can you tell?
Bring the intruder to my den. I will punish her insolence and dispose of her.
The soldiers capture Alice and throw her into the centipede's den, even though she was heading that way anyway. The centipede chases Alice around for a while until Alice freezes the centipede's tummy.
Yo, that's creepy, dude.
I wish I were hallucinating. What a horrible choice. Eat a toadstool or remain food for insects.
So Alice eats the mushroom and grows. She ends up in a random-ass lava place. She goes to the bottom of the lava pit and finds a piece of the Jabberwock's eye staff. Now, she knows she has to get the rest of the pieces to get another weapon, even though the weapons in the game are a little sussy-wussy. Since I'm not making a game review, I might as well address this here. This game rides a thin line on whether it's charming or a pain in the butt. In other words, the dopamine hits you get from the atmosphere in the story and the adult themes mixed in with Alice in Wonderland, the characters with the cute accents, and the whole package are what make this game a cult classic. The gameplay, however, is not so great. You get a bunch of weapons, like 5 or 6 in all, and a couple of them just kinda suck. They all draw from the same pool of magic, so if you use one weapon and it burns up all your magic, then you don't have a weapon to use other than the Corporal Blade. That sucks, because I want to have separate ammo for every weapon and save the good weapons for the worst bad guys. Or perhaps have the weapons recharge themselves when you're not using them to encourage you going back and forth between the weapons. Then you can use some sort of leveling system to have Alice recharge the weapons faster. That's a better idea than having them share the ammo and then always being put in a position of using your resources and having to rock the poorly designed blade. The controls aren't really bad for its time as far as third-person shooters go. However, in order for the stages to be as interesting as they are, we need to encourage some platforming. And let me just say that this platforming, in some cases, is the brunt of my frustration. I've been playing enough games to know that if you have a slight control problem with the game at the beginning, for sure, the devs are going to use that same issue to frustrate you tremendously towards the end. It's like they programmed the unpleasantness into the game right off the bat to artificially create the challenge instead of making great controls and then challenging you with actual difficulty. We will explore more of this as the game goes along, but like I said, it's not bad enough for you to stop playing, so the game gets a pass. But it's one of those things that if the developers were close to you, like they walk their dog in front of your house, you would walk outside and confront them like, "Hey, sir, why did you do that?" Alright, back to the story, rant over. Alice finds a random voice coming from a cave that confirms that she cannot kill the queen without killing the Jabberwock. She can't kill the Jabberwock without the staff. The voice also details what she has to do to find the eye staff pieces without actually telling her anything.
I have one piece of the eye staff. Where are the others?
Scattered throughout the world. When you have them all in hand, checkmate is possible. The pale royals may be of use.
Obscure allusions to chess are fine, but it troubles me that anonymous oracles know more of my business than I do.
So Alice picks a direction. As she walks toward a direction, the rocky path starts turning checkered. Red pawns show up and start attacking Alice, and soon Alice finds herself in a chess world. A world where the white chess pieces rule, but the red chess pieces are trying to overthrow them. And it's getting real up in there.
You dirty rooks. Dirty rooks with dirty looks. All right, y'all. Oh, really?
To be honest, I don't know who to root for in this war. The red ones are for the queen, but the white ones... there's just something about them that I don't like. I don't know what it is, though. Anyway, Alice gets to the throne room, and the lonely king tells her to forget the chess rules of engagement. Just go straight there and take the queen back.
Without her generalship, red wins. We're doomed.
As am I if I can't pass through this realm. I must collect the pieces to the Jabberwock's eye staff.
Free the White Queen, Alice. That would help us both.
I'm not really a player. What are the rules?
Rules? There are no rules. There's barely any strategy. No time. Make a frontal assault on the Red Castle. I won't lie to you. You'll meet deadly traps and fierce opposition along the way.
Should I be grateful for the truth? A lie or two might have been more persuasive.
In war, truth first. There's always time for lies later. You won't face the enemy alone. Carry this soldier to the White Queen.
Alice is just as surprised as I am. I shouldn't have been, though. The white pieces have been getting waxed. The king can probably only spare this little guy. All right, y'all, that's all I got for this week. Thank you for making it this far. It should only be like a 2-episode thing, I hope. I'm still kind of working through it right now. If you like this video, want to see the other videos I have on offer, like this channel's got a lot of videos. If you like this channel and you want to see what I come up with, I'm trying to post something every month, which, you know, it's working out pretty well. But anyway, yeah, thanks again for tuning in. You guys freed me like Neo freed Agent Smith. Peace.